You know, I almost forgot to hit the microphone button. But anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back once again to JJ's PC Builds. You know, it's JJ with you once again. First time here, hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I'm posting the next video. Today, tonight, wherever you're at, depending on what country you're at, but anyway, we're going to be talking about the new drivers that just popped out from NVIDIA, which was yesterday. And I know I should have done it yesterday, but I wanted to save it for today. It's the drivers that just came up, the 581.57. We're going to have a look at that, and also, too, we're going to have a little look at this ESU program from Windows 10 to see where that's going to be landing. Hopefully you guys will stick with me because we're doing some research and I'm pulling all this up and we're just going to get to it. So, without further ado, maybe I need to get wait a minute. I know what I need. I got Mr. Prism and I got Mr. Machine on Discord. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull them up. That's what I'm doing right now. So we're gonna pull them up and we're gonna get them on the horn.
Wait.
And that way we got them on the horn. See, we got Mr. Prism, we got Mr. Machine. Y'all say hi, please.
Yo, what's up? Hi, please.
Hi, please.
You're such a bot machine, I swear to God.
Yeah, but anyway, guys.
Say hi, please.
Wow. Well, don't forget your drinking snacks, guys. Don't forget the drinking snacks, you know. You got to make sure you have those before we get the party started. So, Machine's such a bot.
Bot.
That's good.
Right, that's
bot.
call me the machine.
I'm not a bot, I'm a butt. Leave me alone, man. Hello there, Gershin. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mr. Fake Frames, we know who you are, so. We already said hi to you. So, did I? Yeah, I did. Okay. But anyway, guys, what we're going to pull up is the GeForce Game Ready drivers. Go through some of the notes, talk about a little bit about that. Then after that, we'll go into talking about Windows 10, what the future holds for the Windows 10, if there's any future left after Microsoft gets done. How can I say this? You guys want to elaborate on any of this? Or
I mean, the security patches that people will still be getting for like the next year or so, like through 2026, that should be guaranteed, but anything after next year is probably not going to be like fully guaranteed for those users anymore, and they'll be actually out of security patches at that point in time.
yeah, but you know that kind of stinks because Windows 7 they went 3 years after they kind of did end of life. They went 3 years
but
after.
because Windows 8 was terrible. Like Windows 8 was a joke when that came out.
Yeah.
Like everyone switched from Windows 7 straight to Windows 10 from what I recall, because I never even installed Windows 8 on my computers.
No, I went from Windows 7 to Windows 10. I didn't mess with 8 or 8.1. But I did test them out, and yeah, I do tend to agree with you. They were crappy. So that's why I just said Windows 7, Windows 10. I installed it, tested it out, didn't work out for me for Windows 8. Tried 8.1, did not work for me. Pulled it all out, went back to Windows 7, and then just, you know, upscaled to Windows 10. And then just kept rocking after that. So, but what they're saying is if people don't want to, people want to keep on a local account and they don't want to get a Microsoft account, then best to, if you don't, then it's best to just go to Windows 11.
Yeah, and you can always bypass the online requirement on Windows 11 as well, pretty you
Yeah.
can create your own bootable disk with Windows
Uh,
11 to bypass the online requirement pretty easily now.
Oh yeah, I tend to agree with that, but also too, way I've been hearing it. I don't know how you guys been hearing it, but the way I've been hearing, yeah, I guess we're doing Windows 10. We'll go to NVIDIA drivers next. So we're just going to do Windows 10, then we'll go to NVIDIA drivers. But from way I'm hearing it, that they're going to give you critical updates only and updates for your Windows Defender. That's what I heard they were only doing.
I mean, that would make sense considering that that's the primary security for Windows on the OS. But it still doesn't necessarily help with certain exploits, I suppose.
No, because they're not doing a cumulative. I heard they weren't going to do cumulative updates. It was just critical updates, and it was just Windows Defender, and that was it. Is that really worth? And be honest with me, is that really worth sacrificing a $1,500 to $2,000 or even a $600 PC? Is that worth sacrificing?
Well, for me, the hardware isn't really going to be determined by the software. The software is still not going to destroy the hardware, even if you get viruses on it very easily.
Well, I can tell you, yeah, I can agree to that, but I can tell you really quick that long time ago, I've had a virus that injected itself into the video card itself.
The VGA VBIOS?
Yeah, the VBIOS.
Okay.
VGA VBIOS.
You'd have to reflash the VBIOS onto the graphics card then
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah, but when you don't have the software back then, what are you going to really do? So
Yeah, that would be much more annoying.
yeah, and you got your normal consumer, and they look at it and they're like, "What am I going to do?" What are they normally going to do? They're going to throw it in the garbage. So, and then life goes on, and then they get something else. I had a hacker that was persistent to get into my stuff. I fixed that little problem, and he can't get into it no more because I talked with the company that made the router I got, and they gave me a little bit of help to keep from getting DDoSed. So.
But they probably blocked the ports that they were using to send your denial of service attacks then to your...
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But, too, they also explain, and what I'm understanding is that Windows 11 25H2 is supposed to have some perks when it comes to gaming. It was supposed to be more stable than 24H2. I'm still on 24H2, yes, but I'm still waiting for Microsoft to send me the rest of the stuff so I can move forward to 25H2. So I'm waiting on Microsoft.
I did want to bring up one aspect of people that switch from Windows 10 to 11. I find that when you switch like a major operating system like that, it's best to create a bootable disk and to wipe the old Windows install and have everything backed up before you reinstall rather than updating through within Windows. Because I've had issues in the past where you try upgrading within Windows, it causes problems.
Well, too, they can, if they got their product key, they can automatically wipe it completely clean by using a new, just getting the operating system from Microsoft and use Rufus to create you a USB to use. God, I feel like I'm lost now.
But yeah, you can definitely use Rufus to create the Windows bootable disk, and then you can always save the product key to activate it again.
Yeah. Some people, what they're doing, like I do now these days, they're having a secondary and second and third drives, to where all they got to do is they pop out their second and third drives. They got their operating system drive in there. They can totally wipe it out, and there's nothing really you need to back up. If you know all your programs and everything else, I mean,
yeah, you just
you don't need to go that route.
you have most of your games on your secondary drives, and any important files on your Windows, you can just copy and paste those over to your secondary drive, essentially.
Yep. So there's really no sense of going to that level of keeping Windows 10 and everything on it. I already did that with my I already did that with my 5700X, and I learned my lesson after that. Because Windows 25H2, the new operating system, became a problem. It was causing me fan issues and all that. And so how I corrected that was, since it's an Asus motherboard, I just put Armory Crate in there and it rewrote over whatever they did, and it fixed the problem. So, but they even say now that it's best that you just start fresh.
Yeah, that's what I was basically saying, was that you don't want to upgrade within Windows 10 up to 11, because I've had first-hand experience with that, and it can cause plenty of issues when you do it.
Oh, I ran a long time like that. I didn't have any issues until 25H2 started to get installed to my PC.
Because I had chipset drivers that were corrupted when I did that.
Oh, well, I did mine differently. I went to the AMD website and I downloaded the chipset drivers and I updated the chipset.
That's what I did as well, and it wouldn't let me install it, and it wouldn't let me uninstall the old one either, so I had to use an old Windows cabinet file and manually search through the specific parts of the driver and then uninstall it.
Wow. Wow. Well, you couldn't go into safe mode and uninstall it?
I've had to have used DDU if I was going to boot into safe mode to remove the chipset driver otherwise.
Yeah, but 25H2, I think they're going to be taking away safe mode, the button, because of the new the new repair program that they're putting in. So you know how, like, if you restart your computer 3 times, the program's supposed to either fix the problem automatically, or it's supposed to go online and connect to Microsoft and get the fix from there.
Typically, when I try to boot into safe mode, I just use msconfig, and then I go into the boot tab and just check safe boot, and then apply and restart.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, I do agree. Or you can hold down the shift button and hit restart.
Yeah.
That'll boot you into the installer program. So there's many ways to do it. I mean, I even
there's many ways of getting the animal whichever way you want.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, truthfully, if 25H2 is more stable, which we'll find out sooner or later when Microsoft decides to send me.
I'm already on 25H2, and I'm actually thinking that it is more stable than 24H2 at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
Yeah, it might be stable for you, but I definitely want to make sure it's stable for me. Because I go monkeying with stuff,
you're on with a 9700X. Your CPU would be very similar with my 9800X3D.
Right, yeah. Just look at my 9700X without the extra V cache. So
yeah, it's fundamentally the same architecture, same DDR5 standards.
Yeah, so That's just basically what I tell everybody. Look at the 9700X without the V cache. You still get 40 overall out of 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So
you got 8 megabytes of L2 and 32 of L3. Yeah.
well, you're supposed to have 64 KB of L1.
Yeah, but they don't typically add that on top because no one wants to give you like a huge fraction at the end of that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. But it's still there, regardless.
Yes, yeah, it is.
And now I'm trying to figure out why Mr. Machine's so quiet.
Yeah, I don't know why he's been so quiet either. I think he's lost for words right now.
Yeah, you know, there's just way too much brain power going on. I can't keep up.
What do you mean brain power? This is just a basic conversation going on.
Yeah.
See, that's what I mean. Remember, my IQ is only like 100.
Hey, Mr. Dakota!
My IQ is not very high either, to be honest with you, so I don't know what you're on about right now.
But there is one subject I do want to touch on a little bit, and I want to bring this up to the community like I always do. I had one gentleman here said that because I did one video, and I'm going to bring it up, I'm putting myself on Jump Street, and I forgot to follow up with this video. It was the Microsoft Silent Sabotage one that I did. You know.
Is that the one where you were having issues because of that SSD issue that it was affecting a lot of people? So.
Yeah, and in the second, I should have did another video when it comes to that, to tell everybody that was not the issue. I was gonna I forgot to make the follow-up. I forgot to make a follow-up video to this.
Yeah.
So
I was also having separate issues at that time.
I
thought it was my SSD that was causing the issue, but actually it was a problem with stuttering in the Windows desktop.
Yeah.
And it was caused because of the TV that it was connected to. It was a 4K 144 hertz screen.
Oh.
I had to turn FreeSync Premium on in order to prevent the stuttering from occurring in specific games.
Yeah. Well, see, I just want, because I had one viewer put on fake news, clickbait, fear-mongering. It's not. I'm breaking it. Hey, you guys I'm bringing this to you guys. You're not bringing it to me. I'm bringing it to you and telling you all, and I'm telling the gentleman that wrote that, and I'm not going to state his name because I'm not going to put him on Jump Street. So, but I'm going to state to him, there was supposed to be a second video to it, so that way I can follow up with everybody. And just to follow up with everybody, finding out that the conclusion to it all, just to let you know the conclusion, was because I put Windows 10 in it, and Microsoft automatically updated me to Windows 11, and Machine remembers this,
Oh yeah, that's annoying.
I just kept rolling with Windows 11 until it came to Windows 11 25H2 and turned around with that update. It was still stuck on Windows 10. The operating system was still stuck on Windows 10, even though that it had Windows 11 24H2. It was still stuck on Windows 10. It had a piece of both.
Yeah.
So it was causing irregular problems with the PC, causing it to shut down and restart until I was able to stabilize it. And overall, I found out it wasn't the SSD. Because the SSD was supposed to be these engineered models that were put out on the market. So-called. That's what the answer was to the equation. So, but overall, it wasn't the SSD. And I apologize for not making the video for that. I should have made a follow-up one, so that way I don't see anybody writing, fake news. It's not fake news. Okay? I was stuck in, at that time I made that video, I was stuck in that moment trying to figure everything out.
Yes,
It was
it's
swinging.
hard to identify a
It,
lot of the time whether your issue is being affected by what everyone else is reporting or
yeah,
if it's a separate issue a lot of the
yeah.
time.
Well, this is where you get somebody that's going to put that out there because they don't know my situation totally, but they're seeing everybody else's situation and they're hearing this news and they say, "Well, they said it's like this," and guess what? It's fake news, I guess.
I also kind of thought that as well. Like when I went to the conversation earlier, I also thought it was that Windows update that caused it.
Yeah, it was
Because
the
that
the the
the assumption that
critical
it wasn't.
the critical part of the whole thing was it was the update that caused it because of the simple fact upgrade the upgrade moment from 10 to 11. I don't know what they did. They never it never fully how you can rewrite the files and everything else. It just sounds like they overwrote the files from 10 to 11, left 10 there,
Yes.
and then said, okay, well, now we're putting 25H2 in. Maybe nobody will notice. And
Well,
just,
see, when you upgrade from
so,
Windows 10 to 11, there will be a Windows.old folder that is created at the root of your C drive, and you can actually go into that folder and manually transfer over any files that you need to in
yeah,
case they weren't transferred
but
correctly.
but I didn't need to. I
Yeah,
pretty
you
much,
didn't need to, but I'm just saying, and you can also open up your disk cleanup and then click cleanup system files, and then it'll restart, and you can just delete the Windows.old folder in there, and it'll just say old Windows install.
yeah, I did. What I did was, is I went into the Windows.old folder. I clicked on it, and I just deleted whatever I could and whatever I could, and I went over to
Yeah.
Wise Disk Cleaner. It's called Wise Disk Cleaner. I went there, and then, you know, I used that, and it just pulled the rest of it out. So,
Yeah, I mean, there's multiple different ways of doing it. It's just that if I'm transferring files, I'll manually go into the folder and paste them where they need to. Otherwise, I'll just use the disk cleanup option. It's the easiest way.
yeah, but what they should have done is they should have told everybody early enough and said, hey, if you updated from Windows Update from Windows 10 to Windows 11, when it comes to 25H2, there's a problem. They didn't tell anybody until they started rolling it out. That's the problem. They rolled it out. They didn't tell anybody this was going to be a problem, and then turn around, people got broken computers over it. So, in my opinion, they kind of did this rollout all wrong.
Alright. Well, I think we should switch topics from there. I think at this point, I think we've gone on enough about the Windows updates and Windows 10 and 11 controversy.
Well, let me explain something. When I'm done with it, I'll let you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine if you want to continue, I guess.
No, it's not that I'm going on and on and on about it. I just don't think
Yeah.
people are understanding what the problem is.
Yeah.
Okay, until you get to the crux of it, it's still going to be a problem. But if you resolve it, then it's not a problem. So, but yeah, you are right. We should move on from that because we should go on to the NVIDIA drivers. That was the next one on the list. So, Machine, what did you see on the NVIDIA drivers?
I haven't had the card that long, so I haven't had any really issues with it.
The new driver is mostly just game bug fixes. Looks like I'm looking on video cards right now. Steam overlay may cause stability issues. LSS having random red or green visual glitches. So it just seems like very minor bug fixes and game bugs that are being addressed, but this is not going to do anything from the previous two NVIDIA drivers, I would say, if you're not having any problems.
Right. Well, let's see. I pulled up the release highlights really quick. So this is for NVIDIA Studio. Oh, wrong one. Let me go backwards.
I mean, I'm looking at the video cards article where they address the fixed gaming bugs and fixed general bugs, and then they also have the known issues as well on here.
Yeah, that's what they got here. They got the Steam overlay may cause game stability issues. You got Hell is Us random red-green visual glitches during gameplay. They got Black Myth Wukong. They got a minor graphical glitch may randomly appear during the gameplay after updating the, what does that say, R580 driver. Oh yeah, okay. So, and Madden 26 stability issues after updating the R580 driver. Wouldn't that be the last, the one before this, or is this the 8? No, that's the 8.0. This is 581.
I think I'm on 581.29 right now. I'm on 2 driver versions before this one.
Yeah. Then they got games may crash if the installed game directly contains Chinese characters and while smooth motion is enabled.
Yeah, basically those Chinese characters can like edit the way that the path shows up in Windows, and that could have possibly caused an issue, I guess, somehow. That would make sense.
Well, that would explain the issues I was having then. Because I was having that same weirded issues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, then that should help if you are using smooth motion, I guess if you need it for whatever graphics card.
And this also says, was that Total Warhammer 3 graphics corruption? Delta Force game stability issues when smooth motion is enabled. Seems like a lot of the smooth motion seems to be having the problem. Claire Obscure Expedition 33 display artifacts and stability issues when starting games after waking PC from sleep. Oh, that's always been a problem for how long now?
Yeah, Linux doesn't have that problem.
Yeah. Okay, the fixed general bugs. Black screen on Alienware. How many of y'all use Alienware? Oh my god.
I don't.
It's the AW2524H monitor after changing display settings. Or the DxO PhotoLab 9 stability issue when using the AI masks. So they got a big article on it, for NVIDIA. I got a big article here. If anybody wants it.
I just want to mention one thing regarding drivers, though, is that I wonder how many people, when they install their NVIDIA driver, do they always choose to install the NVIDIA app as well, or do they only do a driver-only install to their computer? Because I would expect the vast majority of users are installing the NVIDIA app as well.
Well, I noticed the last couple times with the NVIDIA app when I left click on the taskbar icon for the NVIDIA app, it would automatically update it, but it was giving me errors on the update. It did that to me 2 times, but this last time it didn't do it to me, so they might have fixed it.
I typically don't use the NVIDIA app unless I really
Well, you really don't need it because you got the control panel for NVIDIA.
Panel.
Yeah.
You got the good old Windows XP era software. Yeah, it's still used.
It's still good though.
Yeah, it works.
But what I did was I left everybody a link in the chat so that way if they want to go look at this article and see what's going on with the 581.57, you can go through it very carefully because I'm not going to bore you guys to death with this. Like I did in Windows 10. I know Mr. Fake Frames there is right. I was spending a little too long and I was getting long-winded with it. So, you know. But anyway,
Do you have anything to add, Machine, to the conversation?
Nope, because I know nothing. I haven't had any issues with my 5000 series, so but I haven't
So
played
I
much.
want to ask you a question. Have you ever had to do a clean install with your NVIDIA driver, like when you update it, because like you wanted to clear the old driver out?
No.
No.
Like a clean
No.
install? Like I do
So,
that
like, just
through
like custom.
DDU. No,
Well,
I do auto.
So DDU only deletes the old NVIDIA driver, which that is a good way of doing it sometimes, but you can also, when you run the executable for the NVIDIA driver, you can select custom, and then from there you can check perform a clean install. And that will also remove older components from the older driver.
that is true.
So that's what I was referring to.
Yeah, if you want, anytime you install your new software, you can also do a clean install right there, going into the customs. So, not unless you want to get extravagant and you want to go to that one program NVIDIA has, the NV Clean.
Yeah, that's what I use. I typically do a DDU in safe mode, and then after I DDU, I use NV Clean install to do a driver install, and then I have it completely automated that way.
Yeah, that's most definitely. So, we all know what's coming, and when it comes to, I'm just going to touch on this a little bit. With the way it's going with the chip makers, and it comes to making chips for the graphics cards and for motherboards and CPUs and all that, we don't know what's going to happen after the 1st of November. We have no idea. There could be a pause. So I'm not gonna speculate until we get there.
Yeah, there's a high possibility that GPU prices in particular will go up potentially.
They'll go up, yeah, but how far? That's going to be the question.
Yeah, I think it's going to be dependent on the specific GPU that you're wanting to buy more than anything.
Yeah, but
I think everything below the 5070 Ti probably won't be affected too much.
my impression would be that if they're going to come out with a new GPU, and they're, you know, these companies are stuck paying 100%, so you're going to pay double for whatever you get, and by the time you get it, it's probably going to have not double, it'll have triple the cost on it, because that's the only way they're going to be able to sell it at that point to make a profit. Maybe.
I don't know if it'll be that expensive, but it's definitely going to be more than what they're currently asking for the base model 5070 Ti and 5080. Because really all they're doing is they're giving you 3 gigabyte density modules to give you more VRAM, and then they're just overclocking the cards.
In reality, they're only giving you a little bit more for less. You can say that they're giving you a little bit more for less, as if you do price to performance, it's still not going to match up. And we don't know it.
Yeah,
We
if you overclock the 5070 Ti or 5080, you're probably gonna have the same performance that these super cards have.
So it depends on if people want to pay that kind of price. Like for the 5070 Super, like having 18 gigabytes of VRAM, is the 18 gigabytes of VRAM going to be really worth the price?
I mean, if it's only $50 to $100 more, I could say that it is. But if it's a lot more than that, then no, it wouldn't be worth it.
So basically, if it was over $700, it wouldn't be
Yeah,
worth it.
it'd be DOA at that point. You might as well just get the 5070 Ti at that point.
Yeah, true, because it's only 750. Oh, you can get it at 700 now in some places,
So, like,
but
if you could get a 5070 Super for $599, I could see that being worth it. Yeah.
that makes more sense. Because looking at the price to performance, it's going to outperform the 9070 XT. Maybe. I'm saying maybe because
I
I'm
don't
not
think
sure.
it will. I think it will match the 9070 non-XT best. It'll probably still be slower than that, though.
Yeah, but and if you do an from what I've been seeing on the different results that people been giving, it's kind of a depending on the game, basically. So if there's somebody that's playing a game that
Yeah.
you get the 57, let's say you get a 5070 Ti Super, and it outperforms the 9070 XT because it's by individual person, because their computer is going to be different from yours. So we can't we can't put everybody in the same box. You know what I mean?
Like, realistically speaking, if you look at the specs of the 5070 and you see that it's going to get 2 more SMs and 256 more CUDA cores, the only performance to be gained from this is just by having a higher clock speed on the core and the VRAM.
Yeah.
So the only time you'll actually notice an upgrade is with more VRAM.
We're basically an overclock. Typically, you probably would see it on a little bit of an overclock, depending on if the overclock was enough to show the difference. But if you do an overclock and it doesn't show any difference on your PC, you're best off to just run at stock. You know, that's just my opinion. That's the reason why, with mine, I don't need to overclock it because it's already an overclock model. And yeah, some people say, well, you only get like 4 or 5% more performance on an overclock model. Well, that's 4 or 5% more performance you didn't have before. So what's wrong with that? You guys agree or disagree with that? Uh-oh, somebody hit the microphone. Somebody hit the microphone.
Oh, shit. I'm going to have to skip on that. I think let me.
So, machine.
Yes.
So overall, with your games, you're enjoying it, right?
Yeah, I don't have any issues. None.
What issues are you having right now?
Right now, gaming. The only one I had was I probably had too much of an overclock, and it started and it played for a little while, and then it started and stopped, and I downclocked just a tad, and it worked fine.
Right. Hello there, unknown soldier. Good to see you. Hey, I have a Dell Optiplex 380 mini tower. And the CPU is an Intel Core 2 quad, Q9500. I can't upgrade the motherboard because it's a BTX size. So can you tell me a good GPU for the Q96?
It's going to be some research.
Yeah, that's gonna take a little bit of research there, unknown soldier.
We need to give him a Discord.
Yeah, well, if he wants to get in Discord and join the party, I'd be more than happy to.
That we can do more research on Discord.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. We just got to create an invite. That's what we got to do.
Oh, it'll be expensive.
Sorry, my eyes are not really functioning that great tonight, guys. It's like you got to remember, my eyes are like going crisscross right now, so I'm kind of operating. All right, well, if Mr. Unknown Soldier wants to join our Discord, there you go. We left you a Discord link so you can join the party. Now, I know there's some people that say they don't have Discord, they don't like Discord. I understand, and I do respect that. We'll try to do the best we can either way, either here on the stream or in Discord itself. If you want to join us in Discord, that's up to you. But we can help you better there, because that way we can hear with, talking with you and chatting with you to really find out what you're trying to accomplish with the setup you have. Now, okay, let me log in, wait a minute or so. Okay, no problem, man. You can join the party. Once we get done here on the live stream, we're going right back over to Discord, so that's the best place to find us. So if you're wondering that. The Q9500. Let me see. Let me go and pull the information. Okay, let's see. Wow. Has a base frequency of 2.83 gigahertz. Features 4 cores. And it's LGA 775. Interface. Oh, T interface. Has 6 megabytes of L2 cache. And a thermal design power TDP of 95 watts. See, I'm already looking into it. Since I'm looking into it, what we can do is we'll switch right here to the Intel Core 2 Quad Q9550 on Tech Power Up and see what we got. We got a 45 nanometer processor, Intel socket 775, and it's 2008. Oh, it's DDR3. Oh, it's DDR1, 2, or 3. says memory supported. Yeah, I forgot, but it's just been weird stuff back then. It's got a base clock of 333. No, so it's Gen 2. That's about equal to my 775. That's
Sorry about that. I had some people knock on my door, and
they just totally blew, totally
my neighbors.
Yeah.
I know.
I know, I get that way too, man. So we're looking up Mr. Unknown Soldier brought up older computer 2008. So I put it on the screen. It's the Intel Core 2 Quad, the Q9550. And he wants to know what kind of graphics card can he stick with it. That's what he wants to know. Is that like that's kind of like a pre-built system, kind of? I don't think I'm able to find a Q995.
That's from the DDR2 era. I feel like if it's 2008.
Yeah, it's DDR2. But it says the memory supported is 1, 2, and 3. And the memory bus is quad channel configuration. So, I don't think you can get over 8 gigabytes in a pre-built system, if I remember right. No, wait a minute, because my i5 2400 is second gen, and yeah, but that's not. I got to figure that out. Yeah, it's 8 gigabyte of DDR3. Okay, that's what I kind of thought. But on a pre-built system, I can tell you anything over 4 gigabytes of VRAM might be too much for the CPU. I know some people might disagree in saying, yeah, well, he could use 8 gigabytes on it. Probably. But that CPU is going to be screaming at 8 gigabytes. Maybe. But in a pre-built system, you're going to need a small form factor graphics card. You're going to need a small form factor graphics card. So, now understand this, and I'm going to make this clear. It all depends. It all depends on your budget and what you're able to spend when it comes to a graphics card. Okay? If you're wanting to put a graphics card on this system, and I can understand if this is all you can, some people, they'll say, well, this is all I have right now. I understand that, and I respect that. Okay? Don't feel bad. I started off at barrel of the bottom too, and then I just worked my way up on building different pre-built systems. I would take and get a bunch of pre-built systems, switch it around and everything else, and make it like my own build after a while. But with a dedicated motherboard, that makes it really difficult in the size and area that you're in, and plus with the power supply too. It could be a 8-pin an 8-pin on the motherboard, or it could be 4, or it could be 10, or hopefully it'd have been 24, because usually your standard is 24 pin on the motherboard with the EPS connector at 8 pins. But some of them, you know, older systems like that came with the 4 pins for the EPS. So that wouldn't give you any chance of having an 8-pin connector on so you can connect external power. And plus, you probably don't have enough room in the case to put external power on it. And trying to change the motherboard to a different case, if the motherboard's not standard, then you're not going to be able to put it in a different case. So that makes another problem. So, yeah, I need single slot, low profile GPU. I don't know what you guys think. Do you guys, Machine, do you think the B50 would be something that he would want to grab?
What does he do with the computer?
Huh?
What does he do with the computer?
No, he wants to. He's looking for a single slot card. And I was
single slot card?
Yeah, I was thinking of the Intel B50.
Yeah, it runs off the motherboard.
Yeah, it runs off the motherboard.
So yeah, that'd probably be the best one you can get for the price.
Yeah.
That's the best one you can get that runs off the motherboard, as far as I know.
Yeah, the Intel B50.
Yeah. Yep.
It's got 16 gigabytes of VRAM.
Yep. I would say yes on that one. $300 if you can find one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look on New Lake real quick.
I'll let you do the looking this time because I already did the looking. So I know I'm going to be in trouble when this is all over with tonight.
It's $349 still out of stock.
Yeah, it's $349 and still out of stock. But there's really, truthfully, there's not really much of a market for single slot cards. There's really not much of a market. Not unless you can find a 4060 with no power connector.
And
it's single.
RTX 4000 is 8 gigabytes of VRAM. It's $575.
Yeah.
That's old. That's old.
Yeah. You'd more or less, you'd probably have to look at like an A1000. But I don't think
all those need external power as well.
Yeah, that's true. So that's kind of.
I wonder when that's going to be back in stock.
What about the 3050? That's
6 gigabyte?
Yeah, that's 2 slots, isn't it?
They have low profile versions of that.
Yeah, 6 gigabyte low profile. But
there's a Yeston one for 200, and it's
he says he does light gaming.
That would be light. Here's one MSI 3050, low profile. It's an LP. Let me send this over to you in Discord. It's a little bit more expensive.
He was thinking of the GT 640 or
640.
Yeah, he's thinking of the 640 or the 1030 or the R7 250. Well, this one here. This one here that I have in my hand. This is the GT 730. This is single slot.
I just don't know if he's going to be able to get one of those at a decent price. And it's not going to be. It's going to be either really used or it's going to be off-brand from China that they rebuilt.
Right.
I mean, the EVGA GT640 is $430. I mean, it doesn't even make any sense.
Well, I don't think that this would be the best for gaming, depending on the games that you do play. But this is single. This is single slot. It's 4 gigabytes of VRAM, and it's the same length as the X16 slot. Almost. Well, yeah, it is. So that's a GT 730. So yes, but it is worse than my current GPU. I do agree.
The 3050 is not a bad option.
Yep. I mean,
Not a bad option.
that's
Because I put a link in for the low profile version of the MSI one.
that's
But you're
all.
gonna pay more for low profile.
I mean, that's all I can come up with. I mean,
Okay, it's kind of we're limited to what we can do.
I mean,
Gigabyte makes one, but it's expensive.
yeah. Well, I mean, he could go with the GT 1030. I mean, if he can get it low profile,
It's
GT,
low profile anyway.
yeah. If you can get it single slot on a GT 1030, if it's single slot, you know, I haven't never had my hands on one, so I can't really tell you. Machine can
Get
tell
the
you
4
that one.
gigabyte one. Get the 4 gigabyte, not the 2 gigabyte.
Yeah, get the 4 gigabyte one. The more VRAM you can get, the better.
Clock's a little higher too.
Yeah. So it might be suited. The GT 1030 might be suitable for his rig.
Here's one. GT 1030 4 gigabyte, $114. MSI.
Is it single slot?
It's small. Yeah, it's definitely small.
But
Yeah.
does it have external power?
Shouldn't. Let
Okay.
me look. No.
Okay.
No, you couldn't fit a pin on there if you wanted to.
So
Let me send this. Oh, it's out of stock. Never mind. It's out of stock.
yeah, but if you go on
Yay, out of stock. Yay.
if you go to the used market, you can still find it in the used market.
Yeah,
so,
you can probably find one in a used market.
so
That sucks. Perfect.
so
So expensive.
so end of the day, a 1030 will work just fine if it's got 4 gigabytes of VRAM.
I wouldn't get anything less than 4.
Yeah, I do agree with Machine. I wouldn't get anything less than 4 gigabytes.
Refurbished, 2 gigabyte.
So, if I were to pick one, it would be the 1030. Because if I remember, the 1030 was GTX or GT.
It's a GT.
It's a GT.
Oh, if I still had mine, I'd just send it to him.
Well, I would say use the GTX 1650, but it's a little
probably too big.
yeah,
Make
it's
a
2
raw version
slots.
of that. Let's see.
See, this is the 5500. That's 2 slots. So,
Let me see if they make they make a low profile 1650.
yeah, because this one here is the MSI GTX 1650.
But they're expensive.
How expensive?
$350.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, it's nowhere near worth it at that point.
No, if you can find one on the used market, I mean, I'm sure it would be good.
Yeah, look for the 1650 solid. I would go that route instead of the 1030.
Yeah.
Because those are 4 gigabyte cards. You have more cores.
Right.
It's a GTX, not a GT.
Oh, you're welcome there, unknown soldier. Anytime, man. Anytime. I mean, I understand it's a budget thing, and that's cool. And you just want something for light gaming, or do a little bit of office work and stuff like that. That's cool. It'll do it.
Yeah, you just have to look. You might find something local that makes sense. Maybe somebody selling one.
Yeah, might want to check with Facebook or something. You might get a better deal, kind of thing.
Don't pay any more than $100 for it.
Yeah, don't. No matter how much they tell you it's worth, on the market right now, ain't no worth over $100.
And if you get the 2 GB one, don't pay any more than 50. So if you can only find the 2 GB one, don't pay more than 50.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't even get the 2 GB one, really.
Yeah, if that's the only option he's got, and that's what he's got. Is that better than what he has now? The 1030? I don't even know anything about the one he's got.
Well, let's see. Let's kind of roll back a little bit.
So what does he have right now? Again?
He's running the Dell Optiplex 380 mini tower.
Okay. And he doesn't have a graphics card.
Well, sometimes with those, usually integrated graphics came on it.
So he's got integrated graphics. He's running integrated.
I'm not sure. He didn't specify, but but since I got the processor pulled up, I can always find that answer. So doesn't, unless my eyeballs are bad, which they are. Integrated graphics, it says on certain motherboards, chipset features. So it's possible.
Okay, well, if he's running integrated on that system, the 1030 will be faster than what he's running.
And it's got SSC 4.1, but he needs 4.2. No. I have to think about that, but yeah. I mean, it's possible that his motherboard could be with integrated. It could have been integrated in for integrated graphics. And he's looking for something that's going to go a little bit big with that CPU with 4 cores.
Yeah. If you can find a 1034 gigabyte, that'd be fine.
Yeah, true.
If you can find one.
That is true.
Because it did gaming for me all the way up until 2023. I was playing 720p though, low settings.
I mean,
but I was rocking it.
I mean, if I were to go to, let's say, eBay, you guys know. Yeah, let's see. Oh, shit. I might as well take you guys with me. Here, let's go to eBay. Let's go and look for the GT 1030. Okay. 2 gigabytes, 2 gigabytes, 2 gigabytes. Blower style, $50. 2 gigabytes. Let me do this. 1030. 4 gigabytes. Let's keep it real. Okay, so low profile, open box, $69. 4 gigabytes.
The 4?
4 gigabytes.
Yep, there you go. That's it.
Free delivery. Located in the United States. Free returns.
There you go.
And if you need that web page, I'll be more than happy to post it. If you need it, I'll post it. There you go. So I posted the website to this page right here so you can have a wide look and see what they got. If this is the route you want to go and you want to go into the used market, I mean, this one, they got, these are 2 gigs. These are 2 gigs. It looks like they get 2 of them, 2 gigs. I wouldn't waste your money on that. Oh. So, yeah. Explore around. See what you like. See if you can find what you need. And machine, say you're mad at me. So everybody thinks you're mad at me.
What?
I don't know. Just say you're mad at me.
Why?
I don't know.
Can't be.
You can be. You will.
Could be. Yeah.
So yeah, if you're looking into getting it on the market, then there you go. Simple. I left the link so you gentlemen can take a look. That'll be up to you. All in all, 4 gigabytes with 8 gigabytes of system RAM. That's about right. Because you're going to share at least 300 megs of it. Of that 8 gigabytes. Maybe. Maybe a little bit more. Don't know. So, any comment there, Mr. Machine?
Nope.
Well, you're familiar with the card.
The 1030?
Yeah. Or was that the 1060?
I did fine. No, it's 1030. 2 gigabyte.
Oh, you had a 2 gigabyte.
I had a 2 gigabyte one. Yeah, I ran in a VRAM all of the time. I was in system RAM. Like they were really good friends with each other. Yeah. 30 FPS all of the time, and that was 2 years ago at low settings at 720p. That was a great time, let me tell you.
Could imagine.
Oh, memories.
Yeah, I remember the memories of 128 megabytes, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 1 megabyte. That sucked. Trust me. So, you guys didn't think they go that low? They go that low. Welcome back, Mr. Dakota. Good to see you, sir. Welcome back. So, very good heated discussion tonight. Very good heated. Now, if you guys in the chat have anything you want to express and anything you want to ask for questions, be more than happy to. That's why we are here. To answer the questions that come about. But I think later on this evening, if Mr. Dakota is not too busy, I want to have Mr. Machine, Mr. Dakota, we're going to have a private talk. Nothing bad, just a private talk. Maybe. But hopefully, Mr. Unknown Soldier, hopefully that information helps you out. So that way you can be on your journey to happy gaming. I take my time right now, guys, because my eyeballs are really screwed up. They are really bad right now. I've been having this problem for the last 3 weeks. Oh, I can't focus my eyes. Getting to the point where I definitely got to go to the doctor's machine. Oh.
Yep.
Because if not, I don't want to be behind the wheel having eyes like this. So. Truthfully, guys, this is pretty much all I had for this evening. I didn't really have that much. That's the reason why I opened up the floor a little bit. Because in case, Machine, is there anything you want to talk about? Anything that's up to you? You haven't said too much, so.
Nope.
Well,
What you're talking about was above my head.
No, it's actually, it's kind of a learning curve. Look, I remember, man, I'm going to tell you, I remember back in the days when you got two technicians and I'm sitting there standing in front of two technicians and they're going blah, blah, back and forth about computers. They do it for about an hour and a half and I'm just standing there. I'm like, my eyes got so big. I was like, yeah, I know the feeling, bro. I've been there. I have been there. It's just, I'm sorry that we didn't put it in better terms. Which next time we'll try to put it in better terms. I don't like anybody being felt like they're being left behind, truthfully. Because I remember that one time, being left behind really sucked. Had that happen to me many times in my lifetime, being left behind. So, but it is good news. You and Mr. Winston did get that computer completed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think you guys did a great job. Just like
We got it to work, except for just one little part.
Well, you guys did a great job. Even though that one little part you didn't have one screw to it, doesn't matter. It got fixed in the long run.
We couldn't get the Type C to work on the front.
The what?
The Type C plug-in for the front. Couldn't get it to work.
Well, that could be the cases. It's a new improved Type C. Could be a different.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking it didn't take because of the. It just didn't have the right. We plugged it in where it was supposed to go.
Right.
I just don't think that the motherboard will support Type C. It's an old motherboard.
Yeah, I think in that era, I don't think Type C was really something thought about. But if it's on the back, of the I/O, and you got Type C,
it works on the I/O, but it works on the I/O. So he just has to plug it in the back. It's not the end of the world or anything.
Kind of sounds like that the company that built his computer, they kind of glued it in. You didn't check and see if there's any glue in there, huh? Some companies, what they'll do is they'll put a little glue on the edge, on both sides, to stick it on there, so that way it doesn't move. Sometimes that glue squeezes in onto the metal connectors and causes a little bit of a shorting problem. So, just a little bit of something that I've known in the past. Might be something, you guys get a flashlight and have a look at.
Yeah.
But if not, then I think, if I remember right, there should be an adapter for that motherboard. that will plug in USB Type-C. I'll look into it and I'll let you know if I find it. I think they had a conversion.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because he only has one thing he plugs into it. Plus, he can get it's cheaper to get the adapter that for the USB Type C. He sells at Walmart, so it's not the end of the world. It's just charge his headset with, which he needs to get a corded one anyway. So it'll be fine. It's not a big deal, even a little bit.
You know,
the price he paid for the case.
Right. You know it work. You know it works good on how I got my setup. Is the noise cancellation that runs with this. You know how you talking to me and everybody can hear you on the microphone? They're hearing you from my TV speakers to the microphone. That's why I don't have headsets on. Them headsets, sometimes squishing on your ears causes bad headaches. So I had to come up with a solution. I think I found it. So, but yeah, maybe he needs a wired-in headset with a 10-foot cord, or no, 20-foot cord. That'll work. But too long of a cord, you hang yourself with it. So. Well, also too, if you guys are in a hangout, make sure you hit the subscribe button, by the way. It does help the channel out. Well, Mr. Machine, we don't have much more to add to this. What do you say? Should we call it right here, or what do you think?
Yeah, we can continue in Discord.
Yeah, of course. Of course. All right, well, you want to go ahead and say your goodbyes there, sir?
Thanks for everybody coming in. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Like and subscribe.
That's
Hope everybody has a good night.
Yep. Guys, we're going to call it right here. It's a little bit of a short stream for tonight. But anyway, like Mr. Machine says, hit the subscribe button. So, but until the next time and the next video, you guys know who it is. And we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully I won't be a cranky old bastard.